Middle School. As you know, this week you have some choices about which lesson you want to do, or keeping in with this unit on op art, or artists that play around with optical illusions and how our eyes see. And so this lesson is for those of you who really like to draw, who enjoy representational drawing. So we're going to start off by looking at an image the 6th grade is already familiar with, which is the Arnolfini marriage portrait by Jan van Eyck. And one of the most, he was a Northern Renaissance painter, and one of the most interesting parts about this painting is this mirror in the background, this convex mirror that distorts the whole scene in the background, and it's very, very small, but look at all that detail he captured, and you're able to see that it really is a mirror by the way he's drawn it. And so M.C. Escher, in his self-portraits, really references that famous painting, and also kind of does his own thing with it. So this is a self-portrait. It looks like he's holding like a magic ball, or, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to have been looking into a marble and like blown it up in his own mind. He's an amazing artist. Or, you know, this particular one where it kind of looks like he's peeking out at us from a mirror. He probably just had a very small mirror that he was looking into. And so you want to draw your own mirror study this week. And also I'm opening it up if you want to try to make a really interesting photograph with, if you have access to an iPhone or a camera, you could also do an interesting photograph, even if you want to do that effect where you put one mirror next to another and it does the infinity effect. It does get complicated because you'll often see an image of yourself with the camera in the background, but that's okay. So if you want to do photography, that's an option as well. Remember, if you do photography, you want the same principles of composition and using dark and light are just as important. So you want to really try to create an interesting photograph. But to draw this, to make something look like a mirror, first off, I just wanted to show you just some things around the house that could be interesting. I have this kind of convex spoon that I could look at myself in, and I could draw the spoon. There's even like your paintbrush is kind of shiny, so it's really any reflective surface that you want to kind of play around with. Your iPad cover can be kind of, when it's turned off, can be like a little mirror. I have this mirror that I got as a wedding present, and so I could even do like something a little bit like this with this mirror. So think about things you have around the house that are reflective that would be interesting to create a mirror distortion with. And basically, to make something look like a mirror, besides just, of course, the things will look distorted. Let's see if I draw a circle here. And you can see that M.C. Escher is doing that a little bit with this, where there's, in a mirror, the contrast between light and dark is stronger because you have the light hitting the mirrored surface. So you can see he's using a lot of light there against a strong dark. But there's definitely a big value difference between the mirror itself and the background. You can see him doing that similarly in this, where this is almost all shaded in, and his hand is lighter. And you can see that in Jan van Eyck does the same thing in terms of his mirror is quite a bit darker than everything around it, except for the light coming in through the window, which is almost brighter than everything around it. So you want to think about contrast, but you can even, if you want, one thing that can help you is to just basically make your whole mirror one value to start off with, which is automatically going to make us see this as something different, as a different surface. And so think about starting with your mirror almost, just very lightly shaded in, and then you can always erase out your lights. So then if I were to draw my hand, for example, holding this, it would definitely look like I was holding something different, like I was holding a mirror. So think about really kind of initially shading in your mirror so it's a different value than the things around it. I'm really excited to see what you come up with. And here I've also included at the end an example of a photograph that was taken to simulate what MC Escher was drawing there. So I'm excited to see what you do.